I don't even know how to view this. You know, on one hand, it's amazing seeing Mbappe there in. I don't know that you guys have played Uncharted 2, but during Uncharted 2, there's a point in the game where you pretty much fight a tank. Bro, there was a moment when there was an entourage of Mbappe and a freaking tank was following him, and I was like, a tank? So it was cool to see him, and I think it's the first time he's even gone to the soil. First time him going back to the soil, back to his father's home, and just for him to regain that connection and just to see the amazing kind of reaction that was there. And I always say, like, it's always nice to see guys because Ghana, they do this thing of where they pretty much entice and invite people specifically from America, African Americans, to come to Ghana and just to reconnect with Africa to pretty much promote the whole Pan Africanism project. But as much as it was cool to see that, it does go into that kind of very unfortunate reality that exists. And do you know where I'm going? Imagine how good of a Congo team that they'd have. Imagine how good of a Guinea team that you'd have. Imagine how good of a Cameroon team. Like if all of these players played for their countries of origin, imagine how they would be. I know where we're going, guys. I told you I cannot anticipate you. I'll get there. I'll get there. Let's just go in chronological order. Man, the kind of Congo team you have, the kind of Cameroon team you have, the kind of Guinea-Bissau team you have, and maybe if those guys could be kept together, Africa would actually be able to say what's up. Because if all of these talents, I mean, you look at France and look at most of the players where they were from African origin, and people said, "Oh my gosh, that's really like a Euro-African victory." So you're like, man, imagine an Mbappe in Cameroon. Step one. And that's the utopian view. Then you take a step back and you deal with the reality. Because see, I always do this in my head. I always go through the cycle. So the beginning is Mbappe, Cameroon. Imagine if you played for Cameroon. Imagine if all these guys played for the countries of origin. Imagine that'll have a great chance of an African team winning the World Cup because look at how good Morocco did. But now imagine players of Mbappe's ilk, Pogba's ilk, Kante's ilk, and everything playing of the countries of origin. And then you then go deal with the reality. So if Mbappe chose Cameroon, will they have will he develop into the player that he is now? That is a France win. It's not a African win. It's a France win. Because yes, they come from the African origin, the coaching, the preparation, the conditioning, the organizing, the management, the infrastructure, all French. It's French. Now we can get into colonialism tax, and all these kind of things. But these are the facts that exist. So I just had a weird feeling when I just looked at the people in Cameroon and how they received it. Because on one hand, he's half Cameroonian. He's half Algerian, half Cameroonian. Because I think you even saw his mom come off the plane. So he's half Cameroon, half Algerian. So yeah, this is Cameroon. After Zidane won the World Cup, I remember when he went back to Algeria and how crazy it was when he went back to Algeria and how guys were receiving him and how they were jumping up and down and like, oh my gosh, Zidane is here. But when I look at Zidane going back to Algeria, Mbappe going back to Cameroon, I'm like, yeah, you should be happy for them. But is there like a limit to the happiness? Because their fame, their popularity, their success is under this. It's under this jersey. It's not under the jersey of Algeria. It's not under the jersey of Cameroon. It's under the French jersey. Because Zidane is seen as French. That is what he's seen as, and that's where his success has been. Oh yeah, but it's from an Algerian origin, but it's really French. Mbappe is the golden boy of France. That's why he's called the Prince of Paris. He is the centerpiece and the face of French football. So that's the reality. But again, if Zidane and Benzema played for Algeria, are they the players they are now? I don't know. Having the talent is one thing. That's really step one. The development, the coaching, the refinement, that's a different thing. We all know how good this guy was. We all know who good this guy is. And we all know his generation. Okocha, Olise, Oruma, Amokachi, Amunike, Babayaro, Okechukwu. We Kanu Wankwo, Finidi George. We know them. We know these guys. But that generation, we all know what they were played with. Super talented. Anybody who watched that team in 94, saw that team succeed in 96, beating Brazil and Argentina, watched them in 98. Guys said, man, it is the most talented African team of all time. In terms of just natural talented African team of all time. Because, bro, Finidi Georgia and Kano Wankwo, they won the UCL in 1995. These were quality players. But we all know how that ended up. And we all know the issues that plagued that team prior to the Denmark game in 98. I told you, like, after that Denmark game, I changed. Because you think I'm passionate about football. Bro, I was a nervous wreck prior to that game against Denmark in 98. So you think that it didn't make sense. My passion for football prior to that Denmark game, it didn't make sense. I told you, I never watched the full Nigeria-Spain game. Once Nigeria went up 3-2, I left because I would have had a nervous breakdown watching that full game because of the nerves. But after that game, then what happened? I said, no, I've got to change. I can't be this emotionally invested in these clowns who they don't deserve my emotional investment. But that's my thing though, is that's the reality. You see, I deal in reality and I deal in facts. Shout out to Morocco. Shout out to Morocco. Because you see, we can now delve into a very touchy, weird subject of, is North Africa Arabic? Are they really African? Is there now a divide between West, Central, East, South, and the North? Do the North feel a lot more Arabic than they do African? We're going to get into that. But the fact is geography. And shout out to Morocco, who were superb and have performed by far the best from the African continent in how they beat Spain, how they beat how they beat Portugal, and the France game, it was close. That France game, it was close. And I just look at that and I'm like, where the hell is Nigeria? Where the hell are you guys? Look at how far Morocco have advanced, and where the hell are you stupid? So yeah, but talking about the Mbappe thing, that's the question. Maybe comment below, on the song. Mbappe chooses Cameroon. Is he the player he is now? Zidane and Benzema choose Algeria. Are they the players that they are now? My answer is no. No. As painful as it is, my answer is no. Because of structural organizational issues that exist in Africa. And what people don't understand is that talent is like 10%. The other 90% is coaching, preparation, strategy. That's preparation, organization. Without that talent means nothing. Argentina won that World Cup, not because they were talented. A lot of it was coaching, preparation, organization. So, okay, I've talked. Like that vid, subscribe if you're new. Head over there to the official website. I remember we are back here Tuesday, live show. See you there, man. Peace out.